Welcome back to Prime Cut Slices. I'm one of your hosts, Greg, and today we're covering Predator Killer of Killers. This is the sci-fi, head-ripping, time-traveling blood opera you didn't know you needed or asked for or can fully explain to your parents. This movie's got everything. Vikings, samurai, World War II soldiers. It's got a giant alien snake with more screen time than half the cast. Heads roll, spines get yanked like they're Bluetooth connected, and at one point, someone fights a predator with a giant anchor. And not like metaphorically, I'm talking a literal ship anchor. Why? Because honor or budget constraints. So grab your thermal goggles, lather yourself in mud, and scream at the heavens in slow motion, because today we're going full space murder gladiator on Killer of Killers. Is this the best Predator movie you've ever seen, Joe?
No,
Wow.
but I
disagree.
You're going number one.
This is number one.
I love this. I love this. This was great. It's not number one.
Mark, where does this fall in the rankings for you?
It's like it's. I think it's an easy 2. Easy 3 maybe. I think it's something that people have been wanting for a long time. Let the predator loose. Kind of get rid of all the bullshit that the humans bring and just let them cook, man.
I got some bones to pick with the predators, by the way, in this movie. This is the first movie.
You have no bones.
This is the first movie where I was like, kind of down on the predators. They're a little bit less honorable than they try to they try and act real honorable. Not so honorable. They're this esteemed class of hunters, and they're only looking for the best options to hunt, but they have all these better gadgets and invisibility. Kind of stacking the deck in their favor. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
it's kind of like saying I'm the toughest guy on the block, but I only beat up the fourth graders.
They've always had invisibility.
Yeah, but this just made it seem much more apparent. And the reason, Mark, is because this is an anthology movie, right? This movie is about an hour and 24 minutes long. It's broken into 3 sections. The Shield is the title of the first one, which is set in Viking times, Norse times. The Sword, awesome. The Sword is the second version. That is set in like the 1600s in feudal Japan, the best one, unquestionably. And the third is called The Bullet, and that was set during World War II on the North Atlantic, like destroyers, battleships, aerial battle. Awesome. Also,
we get a fourth act where all these heroes, if you will, are brought together. And so this brings up the next piece of this. Predator can time travel?
Well, no, I think they start from the beginning. I think they got that first Viking and collected her and then
froze her?
Yeah, because there's a bunch of cryo.
This makes so much more sense to me now.
Yeah, so they're just picking up the best of the best. Spoiler alert. The main protagonist in the film kill their timelined predator, and then they're forced to fight the ultimate predator. Which, can we talk about that? That predator looked so fucking cool. The Emperor Predator. Oh my god, with the aliens spines. Oh. This was fucking tough.
So this movie is directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who also directed the 2022 version of Predator called Prey, which we've talked about. Greg, you and I talked about when we did Predator. This to me is like a very close 3 to the first movie, Prey, and then this one. Those are my rankings, and I wouldn't be upset about those changing at any time. I'm not like super solid on that. But I do think that the first one is so good that it sets the standard. I think Prey is easily the second best one because it's live action. This one is awesome. It does tie into Prey. And what it feels like this guy did, Dan Trachtenberg, I remember when Prey came out, right? Prey is set in like the 1700s, I think, in the United States.
So.
Well, not the United States then, but what would be North America. And it's a Cherokee or it's a Comanche tribe that the Predator drops into, right? And I remember when that came out, people loved it. It rave reviews. Everybody loved that movie. And there was a discourse immediately about like, why don't we just have these predators show up in different like historical timelines? And that's what, and it seems like this guy, Trachtenberg, and his team was like, you know what, why don't we do that? And instead of taking 10 years to create a whole world or make a TV show out of it, they're like, we're going to make an anthology. It's going to be animated, and they put it out. And it's incredible. It's so good.
Shout out that animation team. It's the same animation team that does Arcane, the League of Legends show on Netflix.
Never heard of it.
I love, dude. It's incredible. You don't even have to know about League of Legends to watch it. It's actually incredible. But the animation style, they went to 10. All the head rippings and the gore in this.
Awesome.
It's not in Arcane.
It
really did something special here.
If you haven't seen Arcane, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. It's based off like what Mark was saying, a video game, League of Legends, which is arguably the second best MOBA game out there. With Dota being number one, obviously.
They're the smartest people.
Don't know anything that you're talking about. You guys are talking completely different language.
If you're smart, you know.
No idea. Dota? What's Dota? Get out of here, guys. Don't stop making stuff up. Stop making stuff up.
No, we're not making stuff up. This is real life, Joe. So, but going back to going back to what you're saying, I think that Prey opened the door for everyone to go, what if we drop a Predator in all these different timelines? That was the exact thing that came up from Prey. And it opened the door for the idea of like, we could drop a Predator. And I think the most common one that people said was ancient feudal Japan with samurais. We want to see a Predator with samurais,
which
that seemed like the coolest option. And this movie gives us that. It is animated, and I know that can be off-putting for people at times. You're not even going to realize you're watching an animated movie, because it's done so well. And there's so many head decapitations in this. I tried to keep count. There's so many kills. This whole movie is nothing but one hard moment.
It's a hard ass movie.
Yeah. I think the other thing that this movie does really well, that the other two of what I consider the top three for me does well, that the other Predator movies fail on, is they make the human side of these stories interesting enough that you would be interested in just watching the human side of it. Like, I would watch Predator without the Predator because I like Arnold and Dutch and the team, and I like that. Same with Prey. I would watch the Comanche stuff. The Predator is awesome, and I'm glad that it's a Predator movie, but if it was just, hey, we're going to look at this tribe in the 1700s in North America, I would watch that as well. I think for me, all three of the anthology stories did that, and then they added the Predator in. Where the Predator movies have failed, among other things, is when they have the human storyline, and you're like, I'm spending all this time with the humans. I don't care about that. They're not as interesting as the Predator in this movie.
Yep.
This movie does that really well. They blend both of them. Like the two brothers in the Sword episode, the Japanese episode. Can I watch a whole show or a movie of just that scenario? That was incredible.
They didn't talk.
There's no dialogue.
There's no words. There's no dialogue in that entire story.
So, it's so good.
To be able to tell a story with no dialogue, come on.
What was y'all's favorite Predator out of the variants that we saw?
Oh man. All right. So we get, I think we get like at least 3 different Predators. The very first one that we see in the 800 AD, I think it's like 841 AD against the Vikings. Mm-hmm. That one was so cool to me because it brought in a new Predator weapon that I hadn't seen before.
The hand.
That it's like this, it looks like this hand that just hits energy back at people and knocks them back, which was so cool. It was so awesome. I really enjoyed that one.
My favorite was the Ninja Predator.
Oh,
yeah.
You like that disembodiment where the spear hits the dude in the abdomen, then opens up and slices him in half?
Yeah,
that was so cheap.
See, that's what I mean, though, dude. All the tech, even though they kind of line up with the time. Like the first Predator had the power fist. Okay, that's kind of like aligned to this like more melee style of like the Viking era. All right, the Ninja Predator, the Predator in Japan had like the chain. He had the spear. He had the two, the gauntlet. But it's still, the guy had like explosive discs and an invisibility cloak. It's just, I don't know. I was a little annoyed with the Predators here.
They're the Predator. They are the Predator.
All right, man.
No one should. They are they're the apex predator. No one should be better than them. But that's what makes these movies fun. I would also, well, my favorite variant of the Predator was the Emperor Predator. He was hard, dude. That his walkout of the ship was one of the toughest scenes I've seen in cinema in a long ass time. But the ship one was cool. When I was watching it too, you kind of touched on it, Greg. I was like, all right, they gave us, Vikings, samurais, Mexicans. I fucking, as soon as it was like 1941 and it's fucking Torres and he's fixing the car, I was like, all right, they gave us one. We got one Predator storyline. And it's cool because he's a World War II pilot. And,
it was cool that we finally got some spaceship stuff because, like, we've seen the Predator has a ship, but you never really see him do much with it. And so that was the first time we're like, wow, he's like a pilot. That's cool. Really good.
Yeah. That one is awesome.
Well, basically, you kind of said this, Mark, but like we get the three heroes of each story defeat the Predator in the storyline. And then they are basically captured and taken to like this planet where they become participants in like a gladiator style competition.
Cool. Yeah. I love this.
Yeah.
Because Colosseum was badass.
They bring them out and they give them each weapon of their tribe, as they're called. So the Viking gets a two-handed axe. The samurai, obviously, he gets a sword. And then for our hero Torres, he gets a pistol, but it is a flintlock pistol.
It's an Easter egg because that gun is from
Predator Part 2
and from Prey.
That's right.
That's in Prey as well.
I thought it was comical. It's got some writing on it. I missed the writing on the pistol. I didn't catch that piece.
It's the guy's name. I think his name is Raphael Antolini. It's the trapper from Prey that he takes the pistol from.
It was cool. It was funny. Again, and so they basically
but not too much.
Yeah, they get that's basically like their weapon of choice, and they have to do battle with each other. And the winner essentially is supposed to fight the big bad predator. And that's, in so many words, that's the premise of the movie.
Yeah.
That's it.
Tell you, it took our Viking gal a minute to realize the enemy are the big aliens, which I was kind of like, what are we doing?
Taking you a little bit there.
What are we doing here?
She was so hell bent on avenging. I did like that story.
It's good.
Don't avenge me when she fucking.
Oh, sick. Oh, yeah, it's cool.
I was tough.
She made the ultimate sacrifice because it took her so long to figure it out. I feel like.
Yep.
She was like, okay.
I mean, we're talking about 800 AD here. Probably not the brightest one of the bunch.
Could be.
Real.
Could be.
But Akimbo Shields, I've never seen that before.
Cool shields.
Akimbo Shields and her Viking part, hard as rocks. The ending, you see that she survives. She sacrificed herself so everyone can get away. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe Killers 2. But they give us a little couple Easter eggs here. They have her in the cryo chamber. You're going through the chambers of all the people frozen, and you see what looks like an alien. No one's been able to really point out specifically what that
xenomorph
alien is. It might be.
I couldn't tell what it was.
It could be some kind of variation, and then we get some kind of he's darkened, looks bald guy that's frozen, and then you get the girl from Prey, which. I think it's probably leading up to Prey 2. What's cool is that in the lore, the Predator lore, they have a Native American woman who hunts with them. So maybe we're going to get a little Prey 2 where she is a part of the Predators hunting with them. It'll be very like canon to the Predator lore.
I'll say this: whatever Dan Trachtenberg wants to do with these Predator movies, I'm all in. He's doing it right. He's giving us exactly what we want. He's listening to fans, and it feels like we're not just at the mercy of big studio with crappy storyline. I want a story.
Big studio.
Down with big studio.
Yeah, and I think like I like the idea that these are loosely tied together, but it's not like it doesn't feel like they're trying to build out a universe that you have to pay attention to, and like just do these one-offs, man. This was a great idea. Do a one-off. Yes, you tied it to Prey. Yes, Predator Badlands is coming out this fall, which maybe that planet that we were watching is similar to something that's going to be in the movie. Who knows? But the point is, some of these movies, I feel like now everything is like, oh, we've got to create a universe, and it's got to be everything's got to tie into the first movie. And if you didn't watch the second movie, you don't know who this character is. I just feel like this is a really rich landscape, and they haven't successfully been able to really get into it. It's kind of been a retread of a lot of the similar stuff in these other sequels. And the last two, Prey and this one, really feel fresh. They feel like a great take on the world and the Predators. Continue, please.
Yep.
It was awesome.
I have a final question for y'all.
Yeah.
Final question for y'all. What do y'all rate this? I know we said it's pretty high in our rankings, but I'm giving this a 5, dude.
Yeah, 5.
Easiest 5 I've given out all season.
5, easy. That means that this would be the highest rated movie that Prime Cut Podcast has ever watched.
We all accumulatively say 5. This is the perfect Prime Cut movie.
It's great. It's really, really good.
This is the one, man.
With that said, we have some sponsors that we'd like to thank. This episode of Prime Cut is brought to you by Predator Shakes, the only protein drink engineered for intergalactic big game hunters and gym bros who think leg day is a form of tribal combat. With 32 grams of bone broth protein, 0 carbs, and just a hint of spinal fluid for that signature clicky mouthfeel, Predator Shakes will have you ripping heads and counting macros like a true predator. Flavors include Jungleberry Bloodlust and new limited edition Coconut Carnage, now with real chunks of trophy skull. Predator Shakes. Hunt strong, drink louder.
And then you got
it. Any favorite moments really quick? Just off the top of your head? I thought that the invisibility or the predator view, the heat tracking was done really well. Looked awesome.
It looked good.
Without changing it. I mean, they're still basically keeping it the same as the first movie that's 35 years old, which is so cool that they're like sticking with that. The whole Feudal Japan episode was great.
My favorite moment was when we get the Viking jam a shield in a door to keep it from closing and then run someone's body into that shield that's propped up by the door to decapitate them.
Very cool.
That happens very quickly in the movie, and you instantly know, oh, this movie's going to be hard.
Mm-hmm. Mark?
No, I don't know if I have a hard moment, man, that I can remember. The toughest moment, I think, is when those brothers finally work together.
Yeah.
And the Predator's just kind of standing there. You know, he's kind of defeated. He's standing there invisible, and they do the slash thing. I was like, yeah. That's
you get the Predator blood that runs down both blood grooves of the swords, and then they do the blood shake. Each individual blood shake. The one does the elbow, and the
so
one
cool.
Sick, man. Great stuff.
Tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Chills.
This movie's on Hulu exclusively, and it's currently probably #1 rated movie on Hulu. So do yourself a favor, go watch this.
And watch Prey too.
Mom, tell your aunt. Yeah. Watch all of them.
Yeah.
Except for Predator.
Predator
cool.
2.
Predator in the city.
Predator 2 not great. Predator's not great. Alien vs Predator not good. Alien vs Predator Requiem not so good. The Predator not very good. Like that's the thing, man. There's a lot of them, and they've been like swinging a miss on several, except until this guy came along. Really, he's been great.
Yeah. If you're a Predator hater, come back. Watch this one.
Yep.
This one will really be back in, I swear.